Hello and welcome to another Just Watched for our Sinister Spook Fest. And for this week, we watched one of my personal favorite movies, In the Mouth of Madness by John Carpenter.
Yep. The final in the Apocalypse trilogy.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah, no, I looked it up because apparently it's 3 movies he made that he considers the Apocalypse trilogy. The Thing.
Yeah.
And Prince of Darkness being the other one.
Yeah. And I have seen all 3 of these movies.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't seen Prince of Darkness. That's the one I haven't seen. And I want to check that out now.
Swear to God, I have a copy of that lying around on VHS somewhere.
Oh, I'm looking for you. I got a functioning VCR.
Yeah. So if I ever track it down, we can watch it. But
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's in working condition anymore.
Well, we will see.
Yeah. But let's focus on the movie we actually watched, In the Mouth of Madness. Which, this movie messes with your head.
Oh, yeah, like really, like messes with you.
Yeah. It has a lot of philosophies I like and a lot of thought-provoking what-ifs. So, I guess we should just get into the plot.
Yeah.
So, spoilers, here's the plot. So, this insurance... what's he called? It's like an insurance... He basically tries to find fraud claims in insurance.
Yeah, he's a investigator.
Insurance investigator.
There you go.
Yeah.
John Trent.
John Trent is his name. So, we start the opening up with, we go to an insane asylum, and we see our main character being dragged into the asylum, and then put into a cell, where he announces he's not crazy.
And the other patients.
The other patients join in, because, you know, if he's not crazy,
I'm
I'm
not crazy. Like, love that line.
Yeah. And we cut to a psychiatrist coming in to look at John, and John has now decided, hey, I'm going to decorate the walls with crosses and look like I'm friggin' out of my mind, and I want to stay here. Which is quite the tone shift from like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, like he jumped because he just asked for like a black. Was like, did he ask for anything? Only a black crayon.
He got mileage out of that friggin' crayon.
Yeah, like everything. Like
the walls himself.
I mean, okay, but wonder how long that lasted. But,
yeah.
Like, once they got one of those drip and jumbo size ones.
Yeah, I was like, I would love to see the starting point of this crayon to the end point of this crayon, but anyway, so the psychiatrist kind of asks him what happened, because at this point we don't know why he was put in the asylum.
Yeah, like it's...
So, and this is where we get this backstory, and this is where the movie actually starts. So, we get to see him bust some guy for an insurance fraud.
Yeah, like all that, like he saw that like his wife was wearing an item similar to what was reported.
Yep.
It's like, oh yeah, that this other hero you've been seeing.
Yeah, also wearing items you report were lost in a fire. So, and this kind of is great because we kind of see what kind of person John is.
Yeah.
And he's very direct, into your face.
Yeah, like no nonsense.
No nonsense, and very skeptical of everyone. Which is great because when we throw him into this following scenario, he's a great contrast to it.
Yeah.
So his next job is to find out about a missing officer, Sutter Kane.
Yeah.
This agency hires him. First thing he does is, well, I guess we're kind of skipping ahead, but
yeah,
he is attacked in broad daylight by an axe-wielding maniac.
Yeah.
Who asks him if he's read Sutter Kane.
Yeah.
And then is shot promptly by the police.
Yeah.
Then John goes in. He's gets hired on to investigate the missing author Sutter Kane. And this is where the madness starts to begin.
Slowly starts to begin.
Slowly. This is a very slow and pay attention burn.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into the goods and bads of why that is. As we progress through the plot, though, he discovers through the clip art on the books written by Sutter Kane that they make a map.
Yeah.
Which lead them to a unknown town. Hobbs End, which is in the book, but
like it's not a real place. Would be Hobbs End, like New Hampshire.
Yeah, I think it was New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they take a road trip to where Hobbs End should be.
Yeah.
And along with him is the secretary from the agency.
Yeah.
Because
neither
person trusts each other.
No. Especially the scene when the driver, when she's asleep, he honks the horn.
Yep. Yeah, he's a little bit of a prankster.
Yeah. Which, kind of like it.
Yeah. This kind of shows that he does have a fun side.
Oh, yeah. He's all, like, serious about his job.
No. Anyways. And our first introduction into the madness is the kid on the bike.
Yes. Oh.
So it's late at night, and at this point, John is now in the passenger seat taking a nap as Stiles is, she's driving the car. And she drives by this kid on a bicycle. A few minutes later, she drives by an old man that looks exactly like the kid.
Yeah.
Except for as an old man.
Yeah.
And then a few more minutes later, she'll run into said old man. And as they're like getting out of the car to make sure he's alright and that, he's mumbling something about he won't let me leave.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like,
Okay.
like just getting confused. He's like, what the hell?
Oh no, there's like they don't really acknowledge that.
Alright.
They're more just concerned as is he alright.
Yeah, and he just gets up, goes away.
Yeah, and
He
the
goes off to try to like get something from him, and he takes. Oh, you see him just back on the bike.
Yeah, and it's like he's okay. And Styles just standing there dumbfounded. And then we cut to driving and then going through some weird wacky tunnel and ending up into Hobbs End. And if anyone who's ever listened, fuck, my words are slipping me, but read H.P. Lovecraft and knows what Innsmouth is like, Hobbs End is Innsmouth to an extent. It's just not a seaside town. But first thing we notice is the town is very vacant. And then we see a bunch of kids chase a dog.
Yeah, which only Styles sees.
Yeah.
Trent does not. Like, she's like, "Do you see the children?" Like, where?
Yeah. Then they go into the inn, which Styles is like, or John's like, I thought you were never here. And Styles like, we have been here just by reading the books.
Yeah. And that's how she knew about there's a painting behind us.
Yeah. She has read the books extensively. John has skimmed through them at the very last moment. And there's a bunch of scenes we're missing with John reading the book.
Oh.
I don't want to spoil everything on this.
Yeah,
no. And we find out about the Black Church. So, our first visit there, the town locals come. And
armed with shotguns?
Armed with shotguns. And the guy gets out, he demands that his boy be returned, because apparently Son of Cain has kidnapped his kid.
Yeah.
And then we see the church doors open, there's a kid standing there. They open close for a moment, and then Sutherland Kane is standing there. And then he releases the hands promptly.
Yeah.
And then we're going to cut ahead a little bit. But basically, we find out that Sutherland Kane is writing the last in his final masterpiece book.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, will unleash all horror on the world.
Yeah, so it's kind of scared to know what's going to happen when Stephen King does his final book.
Yeah. And this is where the movie starts messing with your head and how reality works. Because they have a interesting conversation about reality, I think, in the car.
Yeah.
Like in the drive to Hobbs End. Where reality is basically decided by the majority. So if many people believe this to be the reality, then it's the new reality. Which means if many people believe in insanity, you're the one who's crazy, actually. Yeah. And then we find out that the other what if is like, what if the world we know was created by a writer?
Yeah.
And that everything that we do is just a scripted event in a novel.
That is already written, that he wrote.
Yeah. He's already predetermined what's going to happen. And this is... we play with this a little bit more later in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But... yeah, so... Where are we at in the movie? We're Black Church.
Yeah.
We come back to the inn for a moment, but then...
The old girl?
The old girl... I'm not going to spoil that, but
yeah.
It's not really a huge plot point.
No.
But monsters start now appearing
Yeah.
more, and John's now seeing horrors. But he's still trying to rationalize it.
Yeah, I think it was, and he thinks it's just all like all some publicity stuff. These are actors.
Yeah, everyone's a hired actor. Everyone's putting on a show for me,
He keeps saying
so
it's
that when I go back and tell the media, you guys get huge
like
media
sales.
coverage. Yeah,
Yeah, and like he keeps telling the guys like, okay, I get it. Like you guys are professionals. You guys are good.
yeah. Anyways, so then we find out that Starmen Kane has actually finished the novel and just needs to get into the real world. And this is where John comes in.
Yeah.
So he gives John the final copy
Yeah.
and tells him, I just need you to deliver this into your world. Which John's like, F that.
Yeah, like how many times he tries to like leave it, destroy it.
Yeah. So he's chased down a hallway by all the horrors unknown to man.
Yeah, which pretty sure saw the thing in there at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. And we make it. He gets to the highway.
Yeah.
He's confused, disoriented. He runs into a kid.
Yeah, little paper boy.
Yeah. And paper boy tells him the highway, and so he takes the book, just drops it on the road, and walks off.
I'm out.
Yeah. He makes it to a motel, I think it is, and he gets a special delivery. Lo and behold, it's the book, which he then promptly tries to burn.
Oh yeah.
After he burns it, he heads back to the publishers.
Yeah, the publisher on the bus and stuck with that
Yeah.
old girl on the bus.
Yep. Where
sounds like a female Grandpa Simpson.
Yep.
It just keeps going on.
On and on and on. And this is where Sutherland Kane makes himself known. It's like, you can't run from me. I'm God now.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, when you wake up, look around. Did I tell you my favorite color is blue?
Oh yeah, I love that scene.
Yeah. And of course, John wakes up and everything is tinted blue.
Ooh, and he just freaks out.
Of course, I would too.
Then he tries to like go somewhere, like he has like the office he's in, like he's like asking to like
The publisher, that's where I was trying to get to.
oh no, like he yells at the other girl on the desk.
Oh yeah, the map, the
Yeah, the
historian. Yeah, because he's trying to find out where Hobbs End is on a map.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, there has never been a Hobbs End in that location.
Yeah, now or ever.
Yeah.
And he just like freaks out at her.
Freaks out at her and then realizes he just snapped for no reason and leaves.
Yeah.
So this is where he gets to the publisher.
Oh yeah, this.
And this is the icing on the cake because the publisher informs him that he had already delivered the book to him 7 months ago.
Yeah. And he is sending him off to find Sutter Kane by himself.
Yeah, so Styles was never with him.
Yeah.
And this is where John is now starting to believe Sutter Kane is writing the book as we're acting it out.
Yeah.
And he rationalizes, well, Styles probably was written out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, then I burnt the book. He was like, no, you delivered it to me.
Yeah, like months ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, have you read it?
No, I can't stomach his work.
I love that.
Yeah. And there's a movie coming out soon about it.
Which, another part I love, because the show was like the flash forwards. Stuff.
Yeah.
And that shows like the movie is like, then when he sees the poster for the movie,
Yeah.
it's like, New Light Cinema, this a John Carpenter film.
Yep.
I'm like, I remember like the metaphor for all.
Yep.
Love that.
It's very quick too, but
Yeah, like it's.
a good eye for catching that.
Yeah, thank you.
So, and then we start noticing in the background that the world is going to hell.
Oh yeah.
And this leads up to where John's outside the bookstore. Someone comes out with a copy of a book. He's like, do you like Sutter Kane?
Yeah.
Like, oh, well then this one comes as a surprise to you. And proceeds to axe a kid in the face.
Yeah.
And then we cut to back in the asylum.
Yeah.
And this is where we start wrapping up the story. The psychiatrist leaves. It feels like a few minutes later,
Yeah.
but I think some time has passed.
Yeah, like it's like it feels like.
Time is very convoluted in this one.
Oh yeah, like I think it's meant to feel that like a few years passed just for him.
Yeah.
But it was like a long time for the rest of the world.
Yeah. So we cut to everything goes quiet, and then this monster-like creature goes by his cell, and just basically you hear the screams of everyone else in the asylum. And then his door gets ripped off.
Yeah. Like, well, I'm just gonna walk on out.
Yeah. So he proceeds to leave the asylum, walk down the street, sees the world is now burning.
Yeah.
And so he goes to the movie theater to watch In the Mouth of Madness and sees all the events that led up to this point.
And he's just laughing his ass off.
Yep. Because he has lost it.
Yep, he is gone. Crazy.
So that's the plot in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And so I hinted at, or I mentioned this, that it's a slow burn,
Yeah.
and one that you have to pay attention to.
Yeah, you really gotta like pay attention because, like I said, because like some people might not notice that flash forward scene, right?
Yeah. Like, that's a small little detail, but
Yeah.
if you're joking with your friend, like if you're commentating over this,
Oh
or
yeah.
if you have turned off your brain and you're not
Yeah.
asking questions for the movie,
Yeah, you're gonna miss like a lot. Like they might not even like the picture, right?
yeah. Well, I'm not even talking about subtle details.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm talking about, like, the plot of the
Oh
movie.
yes. Okay. I totally.
Yeah. Like, there's tons of subtle details that even for the first watch you're going to miss.
Oh yeah.
So, it is a movie that you might want to watch a few times.
Oh yeah.
But to get what the movie's about and understand why it's scary, you have to pay attention.
Oh, yeah. No. Like. Yeah. Like no. Like how with how everyone perceives everything.
Yeah. And this helps, or this makes a great horror movie, but it also hurts the movie because the average moviegoer, I'm sorry, tends to turn off their
Yeah,
brain.
isn't going to pick up and isn't going to pay attention as much
Yeah.
in this movie.
Which, if you're going in with that attitude, you're not going to get much out of this movie.
No, you'll finish watching and it's like, well, that was a thing. don't get it, but
Yeah, I don't get what's going on. I'm really confused. The reason I say this and why I find it hurts and is because I have shown this movie to other people,
yeah,
and a lot of the time I get the I don't get it or the list of questions of what was going on, why,
Yeah.
what happened here, and why did he do this and all that.
Well, who's that? What's that? Huh?
Yeah, that's one
Like
thing.
20, you have to play 20 questions.
Yeah, and that's one that bugs me. It's either people do that like as the movie progresses, and I'm like, just watch and pay attention. The movie does explain itself. You just have to be patient and watch. Me telling you just ruins it for later.
Yeah.
So, other thing I like about the movie is I love monster design.
Oh, it's John Carpenter. I mean,
John Carpenter does great monster design.
oh yeah.
But the other thing is that we don't hold on monster scenes for very long.
No, like it's just a quick glimpse, then boom.
Yeah. So this is great because it doesn't allow you to analyze the monster.
Yeah.
So you see something, you're like, "What was that?" Or
Like, I don't even want to know what that was.
yeah. And then your brain just kind of puzzles it together. It's like, well, was something horrible and grotesque. It had teeth.
Yeah.
I think it had tentacles of some sort.
It's like big.
Yeah. So, yeah. Sign of a good movie is don't hold on your monsters for very long because then it allows your public to analyze your monster,
Yeah, no.
and that makes it less scary.
Yeah, but, oh, that's not like, don't, just let it be.
Yeah. Anything you liked about the movie?
I mean, just all the acting. I mean,
Oh yeah, no,
like all the actors played the part perfectly.
yeah. The emotions conveyed through the actors, like for the scenes that they're in, everyone was on course.
Oh yeah.
Like, scenes of confusion and frustration from John were great.
And well, the other thing, when the earlier scene when he gets attacked in the restaurant.
Yeah.
The axe guy, that's supposed to be his agent. Like,
Yeah.
Sutter Kane's agent, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, that's.
Yeah, and that's where they hint at the books have an effect on people.
Yeah. So you read this and you fall into the madness.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, why do you think I don't read Harry Potter?
Fair enough, fair enough. Things we don't like about the movie.
Ooh.
So, again, I do admit it is a slow burn.
Yeah, that's like.
Like, we really don't. Well, it's nice enough to drop a little tidbits of horror throughout
Yeah.
its pacing. That's also a sign of great horror, because if there's a lot of build up into the horror,
Yeah.
you lose your audience as you're building it up.
Oh yeah, but like it's like.
But if we were to throw you right into the madness, you'd be so lost and confused, you would just give up
Yeah,
on the
like
movie.
it's something like I did like they show the whole album as like this tidbits at a time.
Yeah,
They don't like just throw like all into once or like bunch of it, break, bunch.
yeah. No, it was evenly paced.
Yes.
So I guess I'll retract my negative comment. Yeah, I find it hard to find
Yeah,
anything
no,
wrong
it's
with the
like,
movies.
yeah, it's
But-
it's the rare time we can't find any negatives.
Yeah.
Movies.
It's largely because, yeah, I'm biased
Yeah.
to this movie because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but I can't find.
No, and like, yeah, struggling just to say anything on that one.
Yeah, like
But I feel like there is something wrong. Because not every movie's perfect.
no, like
Yeah, it is a psychological horror.
yeah, you have to like know that going.
When you're going in, you gotta know that, like, there's not gonna be jump scares or kill. Well, there's killing, but not in the sense of like a slasher.
Like endless killing.
Yeah. And yeah, it is one of those you really have to pay attention the whole way through.
Yeah, like
And if you miss one crucial scene, the movie's ruined.
yeah, you're lost.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts before we end there?
No, it's like it's a great John Carpenter movie, and I will say like an underrated John Carpenter movie.
Very underrated. And if you're an H.P. Lovecraft fan, I recommend strongly watching this
Yeah,
movie.
because I can like from all the stuff you been telling me about like H.P. Lovecraft, like I started seeing elements.
Oh yeah, no, must have been heavily inspired.
Yeah.
But with that though, that's been our just watched of In the Mouth of Madness. I'm your host, Devin.
Billy, lived any good books lately?
Not recently, but have a good one, guys.